It's CCSD Today, your insider's guide to the Charleston County School District. This week, it's our high school sports special. Hear from the state's all-time winningest volleyball coach, Alexis Glover. Then, we head to Hollywood to check in on the Baptist Hill Bobcats football team. CCSD Today starts right now.
Hello everyone and welcome to CCSD Today. I'm your host, Everett German. Well, as you can see, it's a sports episode of CCSD Today as we're out in Hollywood, South Carolina. We'll catch up with the Baptist Hill Bobcats. We'll speak with the head coach, Marion Brown, as well as their senior quarterback, Corey Fields. Then we'll head over to Mount Pleasant. We'll catch up with the state's all-time winningest volleyball coach, that being Wando's Alexis Glover. We'll talk about her and her team, her success, and their run through the playoffs. So all of that coming up on today's show. We'll take a break. We'll be right back. You're watching CCSD Today.
The law firm of Young Clement Rivers has been serving the Charleston Low Country since 1968. All of the lawyers of Young Clement Rivers are proud to be partners with the Charleston County School District. We're convinced that the hard work of the school district employees and staff prepares our young people to face the challenges of the future. We look forward to continuing our partnership and in helping the school district to meet its standard of excellence.
And welcome back everyone to CCSD Today, our sports edition of CCSD Today. We start out over in Mount Pleasant with the all-time winningest volleyball coach in the state of South Carolina. Joining me is Alexis Glover, the head volleyball coach at Wando. And believe it or not, my old PE teacher, Ms. Glover, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much for having me, Everett.
Ms. Glover, 31 years as the head volleyball coach here at Wando.
Correct.
Over 970 victories in your tenure, 10 lower state championships, 3 state championships. What a remarkable career you have here at Wando.
Thank you so much, Everett. It's just been a joy to be here all these years and to just bring a winning tradition and continue the winning tradition at Wando High School.
You know, when you think about longevity and tenures and so forth in the Palmetto State, normally you think about John McKissick being at Somerville, of course, the legendary football coach, but essentially, Ms. Glover, you're the John McKissick of volleyball because you've been here so long and have had so much success.
Well, thank you for grouping me with him. That's very big honor. But yeah, we've been very successful here. Our program has always, been in one of the top 5 in the state probably ever since I've been here. So we've been very successful here.
If you had to put your hand on one thing that's made your programs a success, because it's not like you've won a couple of years and had a couple of down years. Every single year, it seems like Wando is always, like you just said, in the top 5. Is there a certain ingredient that makes your program so successful?
Well, I think number one, it's the dedication of our players here every day. They want to get better. I think consistency in the program, having the same coach all the time, they know what to expect. It's almost like the people that graduate come back and tell the younger ones, hey, this is how it works, this is what you need to do, and this is what we want you to do to be successful.
Now, as I mentioned, 31 years as the head coach here at Wando in volleyball. You also used to coach basketball.
Right.
What's the one big difference from when you started coaching to what you see now in today's kids and really the game?
Right, the game has totally transformed itself. We've gone from regular scoring to rally scoring. It's a faster game. Of course, the kids are bigger and stronger than they were 30 years ago. I can remember standing in the huddle and I was one of the tallest ones, and now I stand in the huddle and probably one of the shortest ones. But the kids are bigger and stronger. They play year-round volleyball. We train all summer long, so that helps too. But playing year-round volleyball, starting in the middle schools with our recreation program here, Mount Pleasant Rec Department with Terry Steed, has just brought the kids along to me in the high school.
You've won 3 state championships, obviously 900 plus victories. Is there one championship or one team that really stands out to you that not necessarily may be your favorite, but one that really just always kind of sticks in your mind?
Well, I have 2 favorites. I have my 93 team that we went in as a big underdog and turned around and won. And it's my 2015 team. After we graduated, 6 seniors that all went to college on my 2014 team, my sophomores and my juniors won that state championship back-to-back with an entirely new lineup. So those are my 2 favorite ones right there.
You mentioned 2015. a very special year because you were voted the National Volleyball Coach of the Year. Talk about that award and what you felt when you found out you were the top volleyball coach in the country in terms of high school.
Well, first of all, I didn't believe it. Actually, my daughter called me up and she goes, "Did you see on Prep Volleyball you're the National Coach of the Year?" And I said, "No, I'm not." And she's like, "Yes, you are, Mom." And when I read the article, I mean, it's the highest, it's the best.
Right.
I mean, that's the highest honor. That's what you work your entire life to get, that honor. So I was very humbled, very excited, and a little shocked. I mean, you know, there's a lot of great volleyball. Midwest, California, Chicago area. I mean, they're great volleyball. And to pick little Mount Pleasant, little Wando High School, little me was just, I was over the moon.
You talked about who told you about winning that award. Your daughter, Christina, played volleyball here for you, was the Gatorade Player of the Year, went on to play volleyball at the University of South Carolina. Talk about what it was like coaching her, and now you've done such a great job. She's coaching herself.
Yes, Christina had a very successful career here at Wando. She broke a lot of school records. She went to South Carolina. She made an impact at the University of South Carolina. She went on to Mercer and was a GA at Mercer coaching volleyball. And now she's at Dorman High School. She's at the assistant coach to the second, number 2 most winningest coach, Paula Kirkland. And she's her right-hand man. And you know, I want to steal her away from there. I want her to come back and be my right-hand man.
We know that's kind of funny because obviously your 31st year.
Yeah.
How long do you see yourself coaching, Ms. Glover?
A few more years. You know, I look down the pipeline, and every time I see a really good volleyball player, I say, I'm going to wait till she finishes. So we'll see. We'll see how the years.
All right, so you're in the course of the season right now.
We
You're in
are.
the playoffs. Talk about what you expect this year and how the competition looks.
Well, right now we're in the what we call the Elite 8. There's 8 left, and we play Blythewood tomorrow night at 6 o'clock. They're a very strong program out of Columbia, South Carolina, very well coached by Miss Mary Hall. So we're going to have to bring our big game. They've got some big hitters. So we're going to have to bring our A game to beat Blythewood. I don't like to look too far in advance because I don't like to count my chickens before they're hatched. But, you know, we're going to focus in on Blythewood, then hopefully make it to Columbia by next weekend.
All right, well, Ms.
Weekend
Glover.
after next.
Well, Ms. Glover, 31 years. Sounds like she's going to go for at least another 31 years.
No.
She'll reach over 1,000 victories. Again, thank you so much, Ms. Glover, for just doing all that you do, being the ambassador, not just for Wando Volleyball, but for Wando High School in the city of Mount Pleasant.
Thank you, Everett. It's always nice talking to you.
All right, that's Alexis Glover, the volleyball coach here at Wando High School, joining us on CCSD today. We'll take a break. More of the show when we come back.
Kids learn it at their own pace, to remediate on their own, see their own results, celebrate their successes right there.
I think it's easier for me to do things like online, like it captures my attention better than like doing it in books.
It's just made it easy. It is. It's made it easy, and the kids like it.
There are a lot of pictures. Sometimes it can be really funny, and some stories are make-believe.
I would never have believed that we would be a school that would be fully, implementing technology in every classroom. So we did it, and it's due to McGraw-Hill.
And welcome back, everyone, to CCSD Today, the show on the road. We're in Hollywood, not Hollywood, California, but Hollywood, South Carolina, which happens to be the home of Baptist Hill High School, the Bobcats, and also features one of the top quarterbacks in the state. And joining us on the show, as you can see, Corey Fields, the senior quarterback for Baptist Hill. And first of all, Corey, thank you for joining us on the show.
No problem.
All right, Corey, let's talk about you, your football team this season, arguably the best season in Baptist Hill history taking place right now, led by you and your teammates. What has this season been like thus far as you guys get ready to put a close to the regular season?
It's been terrific. I can't complain. We had our mistakes here and there, but we work on it every day of practice, make sure Coach Brown stays on us. Even as teammates, we stay on each other hard, make sure everybody do their job.
Now, Corey, you've been the starting quarterback here at Baptist Hill for 4 years. It's hard to believe that it's already almost coming to an end, huh?
Yes, sir. It flown by pretty fast. I remember being here in 8th grade with my brothers sometimes inside the gym at their practice. Then me playing quarterback my freshman year, and time just went by very fast.
Now let's talk about you individually. You're having a record-setting year here at Baptist Hill. You've led your team, one of the top teams in the state, and going into the playoffs with a win, you guys could be one of the top seeds and have the entire playoffs here at your stadium. For you personally, what has this season been like and meant to you, kind of like the culmination of what's really been a fantastic career here at Baptist Hill?
It was a dream to me because at first I was thinking, oh, I was going to do such things when I was younger, and now it's here now.
Now, as you know, Corey, there's 2 All-Star games here in the state, the Shrine Bowl, which is North Carolina against South Carolina, and then there's the North-South game, which features the best kids from the Palmetto State. You were recognized as one of the top quarterbacks in the state and selected to the South team. What did that mean to you, and what were your thoughts when you found out you made the team?
It was an honor. When Coach Brown told me, I was shocked because I didn't think I was going to make the team at first. But when he told me, it just shocked me.
Now, I would think not only are you representing yourself, but it's got to feel awfully proud for you knowing that you can represent Hollywood and more specifically your high school, Baptist Hill.
Yes, sir. It means a lot because being a Bobcat, you have a bunch of pride and love your school and be able to represent it at all times.
All right. Now, as we mentioned, you're a senior. Not only are you an outstanding athlete, Corey, but also a student. You'll have the opportunity to play at the next level. In terms of colleges, what are you looking for when it comes to making a decision on which college you're going to attend?
Well, I was thinking about having a home environment, being able to have friends all around, and be able to go places with friends that won't lead to trouble. Now,
speaking of that, not only are you an outstanding football player, but also a basketball player as well. You excel. Now, have you thought about possibly trying to play both in college, or were you going to just focus on one?
I was thinking about both, but whatever comes, I'll be happy at the time because I'll be doing something that I love.
All right. Well, Corey, best of luck to you and your teammates. Hopefully you can bring that state title back here to Baptist Hill and lead them to the promised land behind your leadership. So congratulations, Corey, on what has been an outstanding season. And again, just best of luck through the playoffs.
Thank you.
All right, that's Corey Fields, the senior quarterback here at Baptist Hill, leading the Bobcats, and hopefully they'll have an opportunity to win that elusive state championship and bring it back to Hollywood, South Carolina. All right, we're going to take a break. When we come back, we're going to be joined by the head coach of Baptist Hill. That's Marion Brown. He's going to join us here on CCSD Today. We'll be right back.
Kiowa Cares represents a really unique way and an organized way for folks who live here on Kiowa to connect, partner, and help those who live in our neighborhood, which includes Johns and Wamula Island.
And the idea was that many, many people who live on Kiowa very generously work as individuals in the community. But we felt as a community association, we needed to do more in a unified way to be good neighbors. And out of that came the idea of Kiowa Cares.
They brought volunteers, but most of all, they brought love. They showed love and they said, we want to be a good neighbor, and they have been a good neighbor to me and to this community.
Kiowa Cares quickly jumped on board and was really excited about the idea of supporting the local farmers and supporting the Johns Island community as well.
We're excited about the partnership, and we are in constant communication, updating them on things that we are working on, areas where I continue to see improvement, I share with them. And so it's like we are in tune, working together, one common goal, and it's all beginning to come together.
What it means to me to be a part of Kiowa Cares is I'm able to do things I wouldn't normally have done on my own. I get the sense of community when I work with them.
We're trying to put good people in touch with organizations that could use their help.
Welcome back, everyone, to CCSD Today. Still out in Hollywood, South Carolina, visiting the Bobcats of Baptist Hill. I'm now joined by the head coach of the Bobcats, Marion Brown. And Coach, what a great year it's been for you and your program. Just talk a little bit about what the season's been like for you and your players.
This season has been an awesome season thus far. It's something that we saw during the spring, when spring practice first started. We saw what we had coming back. If all the kids kept healthy and they all came back with a positive attitude, we knew that we would have something special here in Hollywood. We saw this back in 2014.
Okay, and speaking of that, this kind of coincides with about the same time that your signal caller, your senior Corey Fields, took over kind of the helm. And Coach, every position on the football field is important. Quarterback's really, really important. What's it like to having a senior like Corey at the helm?
Oh, it's overwhelming, excitingly. Great. Corey came in as a freshman with awesome potential to being a great athlete. And what took Corey overboard was the receivers that came in along with him. After his freshman year, we had a group of receivers that came in as freshmen as when Corey was a sophomore. We have 5 outstanding wide receivers. Oh man, they can catch it. They can catch it, man. They remind me of me.
And speaking of that, Coach Brown, a lot of people may not know, but Coach Brown actually played in the NFL. And I would have to think, Coach, in today's time, with the way today's youth are, you have a little more quote-unquote street cred because you've played at the highest level. So something coming from a coach who's played at the NFL probably has a little more weight than someone who doesn't. Just talk about your experience, and do the kids actually, kind of Google you or try to find you on social media in your playing days?
Well, I didn't play that long in the NFL, but I had several years in the United States Football League. But I think what's most exciting that the kids can go and watch me online and see what I did versus what I'm always telling them. So then they come back to me and say, man, Coach, I saw you, man. Coach, you okay? I said, yeah, I was all right. And besides, we often have people like Charlie Brown, who played with the Washington Redskins, Leroy Robinson, who played with the Philadelphia Eagles, who were teammates of mine. They would often come around and speak with our kids and just have a great time with them every year.
Coach, I would think a small community like Hollywood, when the football team is doing well, it kind of brings the community together. What's the support been like this year because of the Bobcats winning so many games?
But we need to continue that support. The fans and the community, they've been awesome. I mean, we started a uniform donation drive, and the people have come in like champs. They're coming through for us, but we need them to continue that support throughout the playoffs because we keep winning. We're here every Friday night.
I know that sounds right. And Coach, speaking of the playoffs, you don't want to look too ahead. I know you're a one game at a time type of coach, but in terms of the lower state playoffs, it seems like this is the year that everything's starting to fall into place. Baptist Hill could seriously make a deep run in the playoffs.
Oh yes, we can be, like I said before, we can be home every Friday night beginning November 10th. We continue to win. And it would only come with a coin toss on November 24th to determine whether we're here or not.
That's simple.
Simple, just win, baby.
All right, Coach.
You know Mr. Davis said?
That's right.
Just win.
Just win. Of course, he's talking about Al Davis, the former owner of the Oakland Raiders. But, Coach, it's been a special season here at Baptist Hill. Hopefully it will go on for many more weeks to come here. And hopefully all the games will be here in Hollywood.
But something I have to add, our success just didn't come mainly on our players and myself. I have an outstanding coaching staff. I can't say enough about Coach Lamont Ramsey, our offense coordinator and assistant head coach. He's here more than I am. He tried to keep me here and try to stay as long as I am. It's just an awesome, and it doesn't hurt him being my brother-in-law as well. Because we're together just about every day during the off season, getting ready, preparing ourselves for the season. And we brought in some new coaches. They've just been outstanding. So, and our athletic trainer, I've never seen anyone who works as hard as she does to keep our kids on the field.
Well, you know what? That's the most important thing is they can't play if they're hurt. So
That's it.
It sounds like you have a great support staff, great support from the community. And Coach, we wish you the best of luck this year.
Thank you very much.
All right, that's Marion Brown, the head coach of the Baptist Hill Bobcats, joining us here on CCSD today. We'll take a break. More of the show when we come back.
Some problems are tough. Reaching your customers shouldn't be. Blue Wave and Comcast have the creative edge to make you stand out from the crowd and connect with your customers. Whether you need a commercial for television, video for your website, or a custom-made website, we are the easy solution for every advertising problem.
And welcome back, everyone, to CCSD Today. Well, I hope you enjoyed today's look at sports here in the Low Country in the Charleston County School District. A special thank you to the folks out at Baptist Hill, that being Marion Brown, the head football coach, and also the senior quarterback, Corey Fields. Also, a special thank you to Wando volleyball coach, Alexis Glover. And speaking of Wando, congratulations to the boys and girls swim teams at Wando High School as they both won state championships back in October. The men and the ladies went up to the University of South Carolina, their aquatic center right there in Columbia, South Carolina. They were able to bring home the gold. So congratulations to the swim teams from Wando High School, the boys and girls, the 2017 state champions. Well, that's it for today's show. We thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.